guys, my name's Chloe, otherwise known as Princess Aspien, and welcome to my channel.
Just be me.
So I wasn't going to post a video about this because it seems like currently the entire world is in panic about it and I don't want to join in with it. I want my channel to be a happy place. I want my channel to be a safe place, a place where we can go to, yes, learn, and yes, get educated, and yes, learn new things, but also to feel safe and to have someone where we can go when the rest of the world feels like it's in complete tassels. But this is something that, after a lot of thought, I do want to touch on just a little bit. Because the thing is, yes, my channel is meant to be a safe place, and yes, my channel is meant to be a fun place, but it kind of seems like when you're looking at the news and you're looking at everything that's going on, fun isn't really something that anyone's talking about. Fun is kind of on a bit of a standstill. Because all we're hearing on the news right now is quarantine and corona this and corona that and lockdown and you're not allowed to go anywhere. And it's not really a whole lot of fun. In fact, it's actually quite hard. It's actually really quite scary. I have an issue where I overthink everything, and last night I went into my mum's room and I was crying a lot and I was really scared, and I told her that I was really scared, and I told her that I felt quite silly for being very scared because I know that most people my age aren't scared, and I know that most people my age are making memes and making jokes and making TikToks about it, which, don't worry, I am a lot, but I am also scared. And she told me that it was okay, that we're allowed to be scared, that we have never ever in our lifetime experienced anything like this, and hopefully in our lifetime never will experience anything like this again. But while yes, this is a scary thing, and while yes, we do have to make changes to our lives and our lifestyles for the time being, it doesn't mean that we have to live our lives in fear. It doesn't mean that we have to remain scared. This widespread pandemic is causing a lot of fear right now, and while it is obviously affecting a lot of people's physical health, that's the entire thing about this disease, it is also affecting a lot more people's mental health. There's a massive change in routine. All we're seeing on the news now is fear and doom and gloom and awful things, and it's hard, and it's really hard to remain happy and to remain positive and to think about the good things when everything that's being spit at you is the bad things. And those that are already dealing with poor mental health and those that are autistic are being mentally affected more so than other people are. As autistic people, we rely on structure, we rely on routine, and hordes of overwhelming information can actually be so overwhelming that it becomes physically painful to us. So I am not here to spread more information about this because, quite frankly, if I hear anything else negative, my entire brain is going to explode, and I don't want that. So instead, this video is for you if you are struggling. If your brain is currently running 1,000,000 miles an hour, if you are scared of what you think your future might be. First of all, if you are struggling with the amount of media and the amount of stuff that is being thrown at you on a daily, minutely basis, turn off the news stations. Block the news stations on social media. Block any information that you possibly can coming into your mind of all of this awful stuff that's happening in the world right now. Because yes, there's panic happening at the moment, and yes, there's fear, and yes, there's isolation, and yes, there's sickness, and yes, there's even death. But in the midst of silence, there's growth. And maybe, instead of focusing on these awful, scary things that are happening in our world at the moment, perhaps instead we can choose to focus on the good. Perhaps we can use this time of isolation and see it instead as a time of growth, not just for us, but for the world that we live in as well. So here are some of the good things that are happening right now in the world. In Wuhan, for the first time in decades, you can hear the birds singing again. Already, our CO2 levels are the lowest that they have been in decades. The smog and the fumes that have polluted the air of the big cities has already started to drop, and we can already start to see blue skies again. Some cities haven't seen a blue sky in years. It's always been grey because of the fumes, and for the first time, blue skies are happening again. Factories have currently stopped, and fossil fuels are not being burned at the rate that they once were, and that's something that we were told would take years upon years, if ever, to stop. In Venice, there's dolphins swimming in the canals, which hasn't happened for more than 60 years. Dolphins in Venice! Mother Earth is hitting the reset button. And the same way that she is, perhaps we can start to do the same thing as well within ourselves. Thousands of people globally are posting their phone numbers across posters, across social media websites, across platforms, so that people that are elderly, that are lonely, that haven't got anyone, have someone that they can talk to. Singers, football players, performers, and artists are all coming together to create happiness online for people. Through online football matches, and online performances, and online art classes, and online yoga classes, and the guy who plays Olaf in Frozen is doing nightly bedtime stories, and you can bet your bottom dollar that I've joined every single one of them. Hell, in Italy, they're holding full-blown musical festivals from their own balcony. I saw a video where they were all screaming out Beyonce lyrics to each other. Families are coming together. People are practicing self-care in ways that we may have neglected in the busy scheme of things that we've been going through recently. We're learning new hobbies. I've just started to learn how to cross stitch and I suck at it, but I really love doing it. We're reading new books and we're catching up on our favorite TV shows. Maybe while we're in this situation, we could start to focus on the good. We could start to focus on the not so scary. Because yes, things are scary and you would be a fool to think of it any other way. All over the world, things are slowing down. All over the world, people are recovering, both physically and mentally. People are reflecting. All over the world, people are waking up to a new reality. And the thing is, this isn't a forever. This isn't going to be our way of life forever. Hopefully, it will only be our way of life for the next couple of months. But, hopefully, the way that we're starting to see each other and the way that we're starting to see the world will change, because soon this will be over and we'll go back to our normal lives. We'll go back to school and we'll go back to work and we'll go back to our concerts and our music festivals, which I am missing out on right now and I'm not happy about it. But when the danger passes and when life returns to normal, maybe there'll be things that we remember from this. We'll come together again and we'll grieve our losses and we'll reflect on our life choices. Maybe we'll be able to look at the way that our world is currently, the way that nature is starting to thrive again, the way that people are starting to love each other and look after each other in ways that we haven't for a really long time. And maybe, hopefully, we can dream new images and create new ways to live life and to heal the earth fully. Yes, there is fear, but instead of letting it turn to hatred, let's turn it into compassion for each other. Yes, there is isolation, but instead of letting it turn into loneliness, let's turn it into new ways of finding how to spread love. So, yes, let's be mindful of what's happening and let's understand that what's happening is a big thing and can be a scary thing, and let's use it as a reminder to be kind and to look after each other and to look after ourselves. Let's be mindful of the bad things that the world is going through, but let's not also forget the good things that the world is seeing because of it. Let's not stop living. And let's not stop loving. If you guys are having down days, and I know that I've had a few down days over the past couple of weeks, which I probably wouldn't have had if it wasn't for all this stuff that's happening right now, I want you guys to do a couple of things for me. I want you guys to take out a book, and I want you guys to think of all the things that you're excited about, and to think of all the things that make you happy, and to think of all the things that make life worth being a part of. I want you to call a friend, or if calling isn't your thing, text a friend, email a friend. Hell, let's go back to old school and post a letter to our friend. Get a family member and play a board game. Learn a new hobby. Find drawing tutorials online, or look at one of the drawing tutorials that all of these amazing artists are now putting up for free. Think of all of the good that you have and think of all of the good that is coming in the world. I'm gonna try and be posting as frequently as I possibly can, because I know that one of the ways that I feel more comfortable with the world and one of the ways that I'm helping myself in this time of isolation and not being with anyone else is by watching people and looking at people and connecting with people through screens. So I'm going to try and be posting videos as often as I can, whether that be on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or Facebook. I'm also going to try and be going live every single day, whether it be for 15 minutes or 3 hours, because I want to interact with you guys and I want to talk with you guys and I want to be part of your life and I want you guys to be part of mine, because right now we really need to band together and stick together. So if you guys do want to get involved, make sure to have a look at my social media, which is in the links down below, where you guys can see all of the live streams and all the posts that I'll be putting up there. I love you guys so much, and you guys have got this. Everything is going to be handy dandy. Stay kind to each other, stay kind to yourselves, stay hydrated, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.
Just be